Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today topic is about VLAN. We are going to teach in this video about the VLAN. What is VLAN? VLAN ranges, what type of VLAN, how to create VLAN in the switch. Okay, so firstly, what is VLAN? VLAN stands for Virtual Local Area Network. VLAN is a logical grouping of the network device. VLAN is a not physical. Okay, this is a logical. VLAN use in switches. It operates at the layer 2. Layer 2 is data link layer. VLAN is breaks large broadcast domain in a small broadcast domain. Improve network performance. Reduce the size of broadcast domain. Okay, if all the port is by default VLAN 1, so anyone is sent to the data to the destination, so that time is a large broadcast domain. When when we have created the VLAN, that time assigned to the port in that VLAN particular, he sent to the port data is another destination. He separate the broadcast domain. Okay, so by default VLAN is created 1 1002 to 1005 is already created the by default VLAN in the switch. We cannot delete or edit this VLAN. By default, voice VLAN is disabled in the switches. VLAN store in switch VLAN.dat file in flash memory. Okay, so now we are going to the next point is VLAN range. There are two type of VLAN ranges is a standard VLAN range and extended VLAN range. Standard VLAN range is 1 to 1005 and extended VLAN range is 1006 to 4094. What is we are going to the next point is as per the interview questions, what is the extender VLAN range and what is the standard VLAN range. So firstly, a standard VLAN range is refers to set of VLAN ID from 1 to 1005. You can see VLAN is created 10 20 is a standard VLAN. Okay, is identified to the range. The VLAN is identified by the IEEE 802.1q is a standard VLAN store. The data is stored switches VLAN database. Okay, the extended VLAN range is a set IDs from 1006 to 4094. If you can see the show VLAN, the VLAN is created is existing 1050. So you just understood this VLAN is extended VLAN, not a standard VLAN. Okay, the VLANs are used in large or more complex environment. If your environment is large, so that time you can use this extended VLAN range. Extended VLAN range is support to the VTP version 3 or VTP transport mode, where teach you the other lecture. Okay, so what is VTP? Okay, the extended VLAN is stored in running configuration mode. So now we are going to the teach of type of VLAN. Okay, it's a data VLAN, voice VLAN, management VLAN, and native VLAN. It's more type is available, but as per my experience, is data VLAN, voice VLAN, or management VLAN, or native VLAN. So data VLAN. Now the data VLAN. What is a data VLAN? Is a network group that carries a regular user data like internet traffic, like file sharing. For example, like voice calls. The helps to the data traffic separate from other traffic like voice calls. Okay, so voice VLAN. What is a voice VLAN? Do you have any idea about the voice VLAN? Voice means is IP phones or phone. Is mobile phone. Okay, the voice VLAN is a special VLAN that carries only voice traffic like phones call from the IP phone. If some of companies is using IP phones, so that time the voice VLAN is you need to be enabled. Okay, voice VLAN is in that Cisco switches is voice VLAN is by default disabled. So you can just enable this VLAN. What is a management VLAN? Management VLAN. Why used to management VLAN? Management VLAN is access and manage network device like switch and router, and it is access for using telnet and SSH configuration. Native VLAN. What is a native VLAN? Is VLAN is a switch trunk port that carries unmanaged traffic. It is used to handle traffic that doesn't have a VLAN tag when it passes between switch. Sometimes the unmanaged traffic is not carry the multiple, I mean the is carries. Okay, native VLAN is do the main important work is um, trunk port that carries untraffic data. Okay, his carries unmanaged traffic. Okay, now we are going to the how to create the VLAN. So firstly, now we are going to the packet tracer. Firstly, open the packet tracer and take the switch. Okay, and just open it the switch. No connect to any one port. Okay, this is a logical um pictures of this switch. Okay, this is a real time. You can just power cable and just give the console cable. That why you just open the putty and just put the IP address. When you not find the IP address, that time you just go to the device manager and find the port is COM123 like something. Okay, so now we have opened this switch. So now this mode is user mode. We are just going to the privilege mode. The put the command is enable and go to the next mode is a privilege mode. Type the command is show VLAN brief. You can see in that in the command. Okay, after hit the enter, you can see the VLAN is 1, 1000, 2, 1003, 1004, 1005. He's already created automatically. You can't edit or can't remove this VLAN. And main purpose is a by all ports is a by default VLAN 1. You can see here. Okay, so now how to create the VLAN? You just go to the configuration mode. Is a put the write the command is configure terminal and click on enter. After that, you just click on name. I mean, just put on the VLAN and VLAN ID. Is click on enter. After that, you just put on name. Give the name is enter and just click on end command and just put on the show VLAN brief. You can see the HR, I mean VLAN 10 he is created, but in the VLAN no port is assigned to the VLAN. Okay, his all port is trunk port, access port. Okay, how to identify show trunk, show interface trunk. Okay, you can just put the command show interface trunk, show interface. You can just put the question mark. You can see the switch port. You can check here the fast ethernet 2, fast ethernet 3 is dynamic I2. You can see the port is enable. You can see the port is 4. It's all over the port is access mode. Okay, so now just we have just created one VLAN. The name is HR. VLAN ID is 110. You just need to identify only VLAN. Show and interface VLAN 100. You can see the interfaces can't exist, do not exist. It's okay. You just put on the command the interface VLAN number is an incomplete command. You just put on VLAN. After that, you just put on 10. I'm just putting on 10, but he's not working is here. Okay, so show interface, show VLAN. only we have just put the show VLAN. Okay, you can see there the 10 VLAN is already created. Okay, sometimes we have just create the VLAN. Okay, go to the command terminal VLAN, and I'm just give the VLAN ID and just click on, just go to the privilege mode. Now we have just put the command is show VLAN brief. You can see the VLAN 30 is created, but his taking by default name is VLAN 0030. You can see here, but I just want to put the name is VLAN 30. So just go to the configure terminal VLAN 30, put the name. If you want to assign to the name is yes, just click on exit, show VLAN. You can see here the name is changed. You have done the configuration. After you just type the command is right, he save the config, you save the all over the configuration is startup running config to the startup config, like just copy running config to startup config. If you can use if you done the configuration once done, so you just type the command is copy running config startup config as well, or is the right command, is the same command, is working the same command, your startup config your running configuration is stored in startup configuration. Okay, so you have done one or two things is created VLAN. Okay, now we are just going to the we have just created standard VLAN. Now we are going to the extended VLAN. Just I am putting VLAN and just put on the VLAN 1050. You can see there VLAN create fail to create VLANs 1050. Okay, the extended VLANs is not allowed in the current VTP mode. So we have just check show VTP. Okay, now we are just going to the end user show VTP status. Okay, now we can see the VTP is by default the server mode. So that's why he is not working. So now we have just configured the VTP. We have just configured new to the VTP change. Just give me allow me 1 or 2 minutes. We have just put on the VTP, click on the mode is domain is transparent, because the extended VLAN is supports only the transparent mode. So now we have just created VLAN 1050. You can see the VLAN is 105. We just assign to the name of the VLAN is man. Okay, we have just do the configuration. After that type the end command, you just go to the privilege mode. After you can just check the show VLAN brief. You can see the 1050 is created this VLAN. Okay, so you have in this video what is the VLAN, what type of VLAN, what is the range of VLANs, how to create VLANs. We have done all over the things in that video. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.